Well, it ain't right. You got too much talent for it to be right.
Get out of here!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who failed to break their typecast.
Ooh, my spider sense is tingling. If you know what I'm talking about.
I think we're all in our private traps, clamped in them. We can never get out.
Can we start over? Second chance, second date.
For this list, we'll be looking at the actors who tried but failed to change the popular perception of the roles they could do, and the movies they hoped would break this typecasting. This is based on the roles that made them famous, why their attempts failed, and how they returned to their typecast roles once again. Which actor do you think crashed and burned trying to change their on-screen persona? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Jake Gyllenhaal, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
I don't trust you, and you're not my type.
Before the release of the movie, Jake Gyllenhaal was known for starring in independent, character-driven films.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Nominated for an Oscar for Brokeback Mountain, he was also noted for supporting roles alongside other leading actors. This made his starring role as Prince Dastan a big change, especially due to the big budget effects and grand scale of the movie. However, Gyllenhaal's performance was overshadowed by the film's inauthentic casting, as he portrayed a Persian speaking in an English accent.
What you're looking at is the walk of a man who just lost everything.
The lack of nuances in the role didn't do him any favours, since Prince Dastan's one-note personality doesn't stand out. After the movie's lacklustre reception, Gyllenhaal mostly returned to starring in thought-provoking movies for the next decade, only making a splash in a big-scale movie with the MCU's SpiderMan Far From Home.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Somebody get this stupid costume off me!
Number 9. Jack Black, King Kong. Jack Black has made a career out of playing the lovable oddball with a quirky sense of humour. He's been basically the same character in every genre, including horror and drama.
Oh, it's all good. And believe me, it is all good.
In King Kong, Black went for a far more serious route. His character, Carl Denham, is the unsympathetic villain who captures the titular beast for his own selfish need for fame.
In a few months, his name will be up in lights on Broadway. Kong, the eighth wonder of the world.
Unfortunately, Black slips back into his trademark mannerisms in the film anyway, clashing with his character's evil personality.
Believe me, I am on the level. No funny business. Please sit down. Please.
Although King Kong was both a critical and commercial success, Jack Black didn't feature in similar roles in the future, as he reverted to his usual characters in movies like Tropic Thunder and Jumanji.
No! I'm an overweight middle-aged man.
Number 8. Tyler Perry, Alex Cross.
I want to call my attorney.
I am your attorney!
It just wasn't believable for most to see Tyler Perry play a bold and tough character when his portrayal of the Medea character was at its peak.
$4,000 a month.
You know what? I believe it would be the greatest Christianity thing I could do to help somebody in need. So I'm gonna go here and make up these sheets and clean up.
Along with Matthew Fox, whose own extreme portrayal of the villain was scoffed at by Lost fans, Perry tried to change his popular perception by going with a no-nonsense approach to the character. However, Alex Cross's overindulgence in its action elements denied Perry from showcasing any distinctive flair in a different genre of storytelling. With Alex Cross's release between two other movies featuring Perry's performances as Medea, his performance ended up getting ignored.
Confucius said, when setting off on the path of revenge, dig 2 graves.
That's fine with me as long as you're in one of them.
The actor did taste success in a serious role in Gone Girl, but his attempt at being a leading action star didn't take.
I'm sorry.
Do you not believe me?
No, I believe you. It's just the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Number 7. Ashton Kutcher, Jobs. Ashton Kutcher is most recognisable for playing that 70s show's Michael Kelso, the dimwit and loudmouth member of Eric Foreman's gang.
Turns out Brooke doesn't like intelligent men.
Kutcher went on to star in a number of romantic comedies with similar performances. However, Jobs sees Kutcher portray Apple Inc. co-founder Steve Jobs in a role that required him to tone his mannerisms down. While his performance was certainly well meant, the ghost of Kutcher's previous performance still loomed over this one.
Get out. What? Get your shit and get out. You're done.
Ultimately, it was difficult for Ashton Kutcher to convincingly portray a role that was such a huge contrast to his established persona. He also got overshadowed by Michael Fassbender's later, more acclaimed Steve Jobs portrayal.
Tell me something else I don't know.
Kutcher eventually returned to his comedic roots with The Ranch, making Jobs a distant memory.
He shoots, he scores.
Number 6, Vince Vaughn, Psycho. Typecast in roles as fast-talking, funny and over-the-top men, Vince Vaughn took the odd choice of the villain in this remake of the horror movie classic.
I'm not a fool. I'm not capable of being made a fool.
I know.
Not even by a woman.
Playing against type as a sullen and quiet loner, Vaughn tried to emulate the original's mysterious quality. This was literally a carbon copy of the first movie, and Vaughn brought nothing original to his performance either. The actor's restraint from utilising his comedy background was commendable, but the character became an awkward blend of creepy and weird.
You just hate the smell of dampness, you know? Such a, kind of a creepy smell.
After the critical and commercial failure of Psycho, Vaughn fully invested in his comedic talents to deliver hits like Wedding Crashers. However, Psycho remains proof of his unsuccessful attempt to branch out from his usual on-screen antics.
I think we're all in our private traps, clamped in them. We can never get out.
Number 5, Ralph Fiennes, Made in Manhattan. In retrospect, this seems like a completely random role Ralph Fiennes went with, as it contrasts completely with his other work. Associated with dark, gritty roles that place him either as the villain or someone who faces huge obstacles, Fiennes played the stereotypical bland rom-com male for Made in Manhattan.
Hey, Jared, quick question, be honest.
Sure thing.
Do I look as stupid as you think I am?
No. No, I mean, you're not stupid.
Appearing as an American politician stuck in a comedy of errors after falling in love with a maid, the role saw him mostly come across as a clueless lover boy. Fiennes had proved earlier that he could play a romantic lead, but here he flails and suffers from a lack of chemistry with his co-star.
Can we start over? Second chance, second date.
His later turn as Harry Potter villain Voldemort ultimately sealed the audience's perception of him, cementing his typecast role for years to come.
After tonight, no one will ever again question my powers.
Number 4, Elizabeth Berkley, Showgirls. Known for starring as the bright but somewhat neurotic Jessie Spano in the family-friendly sitcom Saved by the Bell, the actress took an extremely bold approach in her career with Showgirls. This role saw her shed more than just her teen image, as the erotic drama leaves little to the imagination.
Thrust it! Thrust it! Come on, thrust it!
Showgirls was heavily criticised for its extremely provocative and sexist material that left no room for Elizabeth Berkley to showcase much acting talent.
Well, it ain't right. You got too much talent for it to be right. Get out of here!
The actress was criticised for choosing style over substance, with Showgirls eventually winning her a Golden Raspberry for Worst Actress.
You gamble?
No.
Well, you gotta gamble if you're gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
After the movie's failure to launch Berkley, she eventually returned to her star-making role in the Saved by the Bell reboot.
I give you a hard time about feminism and you demote my son to teach me a lesson? Real mature.
Number 3, Topher Grace, SpiderMan 3. Topher Grace left that 70s show at the height of its fame to star in Spider-Man 3. The actor remains best known for Eric Foreman's boyish, wisecracking and sarcastic attitude, but none of this was appropriate for the villainous Venom.
Parker, you are such a Boy Scout. When are you gonna give a guy a break?
Grace's attempts to portray a vicious antagonist didn't turn out as hoped, as his hammy line delivery and mannerisms made it difficult to take Venom seriously.
Ooh, my spider sense is tingling. If you know what I'm talking about.
In many ways, this seemed as if it was just Eric Foreman trying to play Venom. Spider-Man 3 was criticised for featuring more villains than necessary, and Grace's poor role as the main antagonist only highlighted his flaws.
I like being bad. It makes me happy.
Following the negative reception, Topher Grace steered clear of comic book roles and went for more grounded roles once again.
I just can't figure it out, Dad. Don't cry like that in jail, son.
Number 2, Zoe Deschanel, The Happening. Zoe Deschanel might just be the standard bearer for the portrayal of the girl next door trope. Typecast as bubbly and sweet-natured women who always see the best in people, The Happening was her attempt to portray a character overcoming an apocalyptic scenario. Unfortunately, the movie's unintentional humour severely downgraded her character to become an unnecessary load for her husband.
Elliot, please tell us what to do!
I need a second, okay? Why can't anybody give me a goddamn second?
This became worse due to her character's ludicrous dialogue that ended up giving her a nagging personality. The actress ultimately looked listless in her performance and seemed perpetually in shock.
We're so much the same, Jess. I don't like to show my emotions either.
This experimentation with a different character didn't last long, and she soon returned to her usual type of roles in Yes Man and New Girl.
She was small in stature but not in spunk, and a super annoying know-it-all.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Jennifer Aniston, Cake, because a dark tone still didn't shrug the Rachel off of this actress.
I accept your apology. You can put the bottle on the floor and go home.
You don't want me to hand it to you?
No.
Fair enough.
John Travolta, The Fanatic, because fans just can't buy an uncool villain played by the actor.
I fooled under Dunbar. I'm such a good actor.
Ryan Reynolds, The Amityville Horror.
Because fans just kept waiting for Reynolds' trademark jokes to come.
Wipe that stupid look off your face and go to bed. Run.
Meg Ryan, In the Cut. The ultimate rom-com queen in a thriller? Hard pass.
Came from behind you?
I don't know.
Did you turn?
He grabbed my head and his arm. He had his arm around my neck.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Sylvester Stallone. Stop or my mum will shoot.
Stop! Or my mom will shoot!
It seemed as if Sylvester Stallone could never be beaten on screen, with the actor always delivering in action-packed roles. However, Stallone took a hard turn towards comedic material in this bizarre comedy that sees him play second fiddle to his on-screen mother.
Oh, I see you've given up shaving.
No, I shaved.
You call that a shave?
I swear I shaved.
What did you do, use a lawnmower? Joe, what girl is gonna marry you if she's gonna get cut to pieces every time she gets close to you?
The actor ditched his badass aura to portray a character who's constantly embarrassed by his mother's antics. It ended up making Stallone a parody of his usual persona, with his comedic skills veering far too much into slapstick territory.
Mommy, I don't want to be changed.
I've gotta change you.
I can change you.
Will you stop trying to change me?
With the movie blasted by critics for being witless and unfunny, Sylvester Stallone had no choice but to get back into pure action. Decades later, Arnold Schwarzenegger revealed that Sly's attempt to change his image was his fault, as the actor fooled Stallone into accepting the part.
When he heard that, because he was in competition, he immediately called him and says, look, whatever it takes, I do the movie. So he did the movie. Wow. And of course, the movie went major into the toilet.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.